So Chris, Salon Privé.
Yeah.
Fantastic car.
Thank you.
Debuting it here.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel okay, yeah, very relaxed, you know.
You've had a lot of interest today here. I've seen crowds gathering with excitement. What's the feedback you've been getting?
Well, the second I bought it, it just went a bit mad, really. I mean, you could make a living managing this car. It's like a pop star or a rock star, you know. You can take it around the world. People would pay you to show it. Everybody wants it everywhere. We thought we'd bring it here, mainly because we've got the Steve McQueen Lusso here as well.
I know, I've heard.
Yeah.
But this was originally owned by James Coburn, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but only because he met Steve McQueen, and Steve McQueen was into Ferraris, and he got James Coburn into Ferraris, and that's consequently why I bought this car.
Enjoy Salon Privé. I hope you have a great time, and I might see you again in a couple of days.
Merci beaucoup.
From the beginning, when we came in here, our role as project managers for the project was to look at the structural elements, to get the robustness of the building back into shape. That meant the underpinning of the existing foundations, putting some new piling in so we could build up a new steel framework, join the two buildings together, and then create additional floor spaces in this beyond the stage area and a ground floor, and then in the back of the seating, rebuild the seating area to accommodate the new changes in the restaurants and bars, you know, that's designed for. It's quite straightforward when you're building a new build. You know what you're going to get, you know what you're going to do. So every day is kind of easy to be programmed. When you're working in a building of this nature, it's grade 2 listed, a lot of history to it. Was originally built, you know, as an entertainment complex and functioned like that quite well for quite a long time, and then started changing its function. When it started changing its function and became a theatre and other uses throughout the years, a lot of butchering went on. So there's a lot of works being carried out to the building, sometimes not always good. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of records that are kept on some of the changes that have been made. So while we were carrying out our works, we found a lot of items and issues that we weren't expecting to find, and sections of building that hadn't been identified there before, and it kind of had to change the way that we had to work. So our work's taken on at a different venture and nature of how we done the work, how we originally programmed it in. The works itself is a massive challenge because it does change every day as to what we're finding. And until such time as we actually can get the building fully robust and back to its original structure, it'll then sort of flow on. I would say the most difficult challenge is actually the work to the back of the seating area here. So there's been a lot of works carried out to the back area and changes over the years. There's been staircases and floor levels added in that aren't identified. So as we're demolishing certain areas of the back of the seating here, we found that we've had to redesign a lot of temporary works and to support the structure temporary while we try and rebuild it back up again.
2 times Olympic champion and now our best gladiator. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm having a massage through, what's the organisation?
Exhilarate.
Exhilarate, and I tell you what, it is exhilarating.
Now you've been and walked around today and seen some spectacular cars. What's taken your eye?
You know, I really like JK's Porsche. That black Porsche is something else.
That is pretty special, but I think it's those hubcaps.
Well, the hubcaps are great. It's the whole thing, actually. You like the hubcaps, but I
like the hubcaps. I do like the hubcaps. You also fell in love with the electric car.
I did.
Now, tell me about that, because you actually test drove that earlier, and that's a really interesting car that's debuting here for the first time at Salon Privé.
That's
How
right.
did you feel?
No, it's great because I'm involved in organisations called yourgreencar.co.uk, and it promotes basically hybrid and electric cars for a healthy environment, and I actually have a hybrid Lexus GS. I think they've done very well in the States. They've sold over 1,000 cars there. They've done extremely well. I think it will take on over here. I think it's exhilarating, just like my massage. But it exhilarate girls.
Have a fantastic day. Enjoy your massage.
Queen of Extreme, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure too.
Last call.
Hi Chris, how are you?
Fine.
So this is your sidecar that you're going to race today. Take me through the dynamics of where you're going to sit and where the other passenger sits, because I'm really confused by this.
Okay. Well, the driver sits here in the tub, kneels down, operates the brakes from his left foot and the gear change on his right foot with his arms forward. So you're in a kneeling position. So it's very different to a normal motorbike. This was Klaus Klaffenbach, who was the 2001 world champion. It was his bike that he had built up for 2002. So he raced it through 2002 and he came second in it. So it's quite a special bike.
So how much would something like this cost?
£40,000-50,000 to buy. To build the engine up, I've been told, would be about £11,000. Right. It's a very special engine. It's 190 brake horsepower at the rear. Kicks out about 140, 150.
Right.
What Carl was saying about the bike is his most important job is to be smooth and to give the bike traction and stability through corners. My job is to aim the bike in the right position.
Okay.
So I sit.
So you've actually got a little bit more of the easy job.
Well, we always say it's the other way around, but it's certainly a completely different role the driver has.
So that position the whole time you're in a kneeling position?
I'm in a kneeling position like this, with my arms inside the bike. And then looking
My
forward.
Goodness, you really are low, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, you're low down. Which is part of the experience, really, that because you're so low down,
right.
you really feel the speed because the ground is whizzing past you.
I'm so excited. I'm just about to go and see the world debut of the Veritas. Now it is only 10 hours old and I'm off to go meet the designer, Michael, to tell me more about it. Michael, this is amazing. I feel like I've gone 20 years forward into the future with this car. How did you come up with this design?
The idea from the design from this car is it looks like an animal. We have inside the space frame, and the space frame is for better traction. I make design not for show. Design is when you can make technique with a good styling.
And how much would a car like this cost?
350,000 euros.
The inside of this car it feels like a racing car.
I know, we have checked on the computer, the car must have speed over 300 kilometers per hour. And we have 507 horsepower from the engine and 10 cylinders, 5-liter engine. We have a pedal shift gearbox with clutch, without a clutch pedal. And we have a push-rod system for the suspension.
Right. How long does it take to make a car like this?
For this car, from a white paper to you can sit here, we need 8 weeks.
Do you know what? I think this is the perfect car for me to go and do my shopping in.
I don't. I think no.
Thank you so much. This is your second time at Salon Privé with this fantastic Riva boat. What's the response been this year?
Much better than last. Being the first time, people were uncertain what to expect last year. And even with the current economic conditions, people here have been fantastic. They love to see the Riva again. So really pleased.
Tell me how much work actually goes into one of these boats and how long does it take to make it?
Once the hull is laid, which is the longest process, it's 6 months to put all the internal fittings. The longest part is actually the foredeck. 1 man, 1 month, 21 layers of varnish, hand applied, hand fed, and he does it 21 times to get the mirror finish that you can see on here.
How's it been for you sales this year?
We're working twice as hard for half the reward. So there are still people buying. It's discretionary spend. You don't need a boat of this magnitude, and certainly this amount. I mean, it's £500,000. But because it's an emotional rather than a rational purchase, people can justify it to themselves. They haven't changed this model in 9 years, and I don't think they'll change it for another 9 because it's perfect.
Martin, it's been a pretty special day for you today because you've handed over some keys to a pretty special car.
I have indeed. It's the Eagle Speedster. It's such a beautiful creation, so unique.
This is your first time at Salon Privé.
It's a really classy event, isn't it? And very calm, and some masterpieces around here. And you know, the designers today, with all of the regulations and the crash testing and what have you, you can't create cars like this anymore. So it's great to see them celebrated and not under a dust sheet tucked away where nobody can see them. And I really admire people who allow their masterpieces to come out here so that we can enjoy them.
Now, I've got to ask you, Formula One, a lot of politics kind of going on, which seems a shame because it kind of takes away from why we all love Formula One.
Our TV audiences are nearly double this year, and I think people are excited to watch because you don't know who's going to win the race, and it's not a Ferrari and it's not a McLaren probably. Yeah. And people are very excited about Formula One again. I know the politics have been a bit smelly, but it keeps Formula One actually in the media in between races. You know, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. I think we're verging into that territory now because it's really not been very well handled in Formula One this year, but the racing itself is brilliant.
Derek, it's so wonderful to see you here at Salon Privé, and I believe it's your first time here as a judge. How have you found the experience today?
Well, it's something, I'm much better behind the wheel of a car. You know, I'm more relaxed doing what I do naturally. To be a judge isn't the most natural thing in the world. However, it was very much easier than I thought, and I had a good group of judges with me who took a lot of the load off me and made it very interesting and good fun to do, and at the end of it, it's been a piece of cake, actually.
Was there something here today that really took your eye that you kind of haven't seen before, that perhaps you would like to drive?
Oh, there were lots of things I was, really happy to see here. I mean, some fabulous cars, but to see the Le Mans group, these guys down here, was rather special, particularly as 3 of them I raced. So it was, and all of them were during my era, apart from the cars right at the end. But this is chassis 1, and I actually did the shakedown testing way back in the 1980-ish. And this car, subsequently, I won Le Mans with 4 times.
That's
so
amazing.
it obviously means a lot. Actually, I lie. I won it 3 times with this car, once with another Porsche before that, 936, and then the Ford before that. And I won the Daytona 24 Hours 3 times in one of these. So, it has something rather special to me. It really made my career. Without it, I'd have been nobody.
We've got this kind of tough time in the markets, and clearly the car market has taken a huge whack. How do you think the car market will change in the next 2 years?
Well, I personally don't really know, but I keep reading all the experts say. And I just do it by the feel and my gut feeling. But I think what it's going to be, there'll be fewer supercars out there, fewer in number, and then on top of that, the people that do go, and there will be people that go and buy the supercars, rather a more special select group of people. I think the day of the supercar in mass production won't be there for many years to come, from what I can see, but they will still be able to produce wonderful cars, everybody, whoever they're, whatever manufacturer, and there are people out there to buy them.
Are you going to be coming back and judging next year?
Oh, they haven't asked me yet.
Oh, yeah. Have you behaved yourself enough to?
So far, but it's not over yet. But no, I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I met some super people, and you see all these wonderful cars, and you realise that's part of your history.
Yeah.
And you're very lucky to be part of such a magnificent industry, really.
Beautiful club as well.
Oh well, you can't even talk about that. I mean, it's just to have something like that so close to London, and it's just wonderful.
I'm a massive fan of yours, and always will be. And I hope you do come back next year.
So do I, and you too.